One of Alabama's senators appears to be confused about this issue, and I bet you can guess which one. On the sidelines of the right-wing CPAC conference yesterday, Republican Tommy Tuberville reversed his position several times in less than 2 minutes when our colleague Dasha Burns asked him about the ruling in Alabama.
Do you have a reaction to the Alabama Supreme Court ruling on the fact that embryos are children?
Yeah, I was all for it. You know, you just got to look at everything going on in the country. It's just an attack on families, it's an attack on kids. You know, anything that we can do for the future of our young people, because they're our number one commodity, we need to have more kids. We need to have an opportunity to do that. And I thought this was the right thing to do. But
IVF is used to have more children, and right now IVF services are paused at some of the clinics in Alabama. Aren't you concerned that this could impact people who are trying to have kids?
Well, that's for another conversation. I think the big thing is right now you go back to the situation and try to work it out to where it's best for everybody. I mean, that's what the whole abortion issue is about. So
this really isn't about abortion. It's about IVF and the concern that now families might not have access to it.
But it's about the same direction. But I agree. But people need to have access. People need to have. We need more kids. We need the people to have the opportunity to have kids. You know, I'd have to look at the entire bill and how it's written. I have not seen it.
Supreme Court decision.
Well, I know that, but I'd have to look. I haven't looked at it. But this is state issue.
Women aren't going to be able to have IVF treatments already in some places.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
What do you say to them?
Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Could alienate swing voters in the general election?
I don't know. It might some, but you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it. I mean, you don't. That's not a big conversation.
Well, it's a conversation now, and IVF is not a Democrat or Republican issue. Families across the board use it. What is your message to the Supreme Court if this does in fact stop families from being able to use IVF?
Well, we don't need that.
Wow, Joe. We need more kids. We need more kids.
God.
Amen to that. IVF gives the gift and the miracle of children to people who otherwise couldn't have it. Obviously, no command of the issue. He's talking about a bill. He hasn't read the bill. There's no bill. This is a Supreme Court ruling in the state of Alabama. Totally twisted in knots there, as many Republicans have been just in the last 2 days on this issue.
In his state, by the way. It's in his state. It's not like Dasha, who did a great job. It wasn't like Dasha was asking him about what happened in the Idaho legislature. Or in the Nevada legislature.
He clearly doesn't know what IVF is.
Or in the Oregon Supreme Court, or in the, he has no idea. And, you know, it'd be like, kind of like Forrest Gump if he got the ball and just ran in circles. He was just, Michael Steele, he was just running in circles. He was getting dizzy. He was for that. He was for it. He was for IVF. He was for it. He was for, but he needed to read the bill. And she said, not a bill. It's your state Supreme Court. Your state Supreme Court, not a bill. And this is just another great example. The Republicans' message, think about it. Donald Trump yesterday bragged about terminating abortion. He bragged about terminating the right, a 50-year right, in front of a Christian group. At the same time, he's leaking to the New York Times, for a 16-week ban.
Yeah.
At the same time, and then you have poor Tommy Tuberville. Poor Tommy.
How does he
running around in circles going, I'm for the ruling that bans IVF. I'm for that ruling. Yes, it's good. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that women can't use and families can't use IVF. It's unfortunate. I'm for it. I'm against it. I need to read the bill. Oh, it's a court case. Nobody's talking about it. It just happened.
It's the guy who stopped promotions in the military.
It just happened. Yeah, but this is such a nightmare for Republicans politically, and they know it.
Yeah, it's. Well, first off, he has no clue. He did not know what even the question was there. He had no understanding of it, no appreciation for it. They're all reactive. They think it's going to, lurch them in one direction, and they realize, oh, that's a dead end. I'll go in another direction on the same issue. Unpacking this a little bit, and I think Mika sort of framed this the right way coming into this conversation, that this is not like anything else because actually goes to the heart of what pro-life Americans and certainly pro-life individuals in legislatures have argued for a long time. And in fact, Kellyanne Conway's own polling firm has shown nationally 86% of Americans support IVF because they understand and appreciate exactly what it is there to do for women and families and for individuals who are trying to start a family. But here's the kicker. 83% of those self-samed, identified Christian right evangelicals support IVF. So Donald Trump is standing up in front of a room bragging about abortion, right? And what he did on abortion. Meanwhile, 83% of the people, 8 out of 10 of every individual in that room supports the IVF effort that allows women and individuals to create families. And so they don't even understand fundamentally the downstream impacts and effects of Dobbs. State legislatures, courts, judges are acting with impunity against women. That's what this boils down to. They now have control of the issue. The proverbial, we caught the dog, right? The car has been caught by the dog. And now the dog don't know what the hell to do with the car. And the reality of it is the driver and the passengers in the car are like, what the hell are you doing? Right? And they don't recognize exactly what this issue means to so many Americans out there. And so you're going to see more scrambling. They want to get off of this so fast, Joe, to make your head swim. Yeah. Because this issue is like Dobbs. Like Dobbs, it is equally poisonous to their political ambitions because they fundamentally don't understand the impact it is having on women and families.
Yeah, I mean, Willie, it's actually numerically, it's worse than Dobbs. 70% of Americans for years did not want Roe to be overturned. It's probably 60-40 now, 65-35. It's impacting every single election. This is an 80-20 issue. If you look at Kellyanne Conway's poll that was just cited, that Michael brought up, this is like an 80%, maybe an 85% issue. And you have pro-Trump activists out there now talking about contraception. Like, they're not going to end by taking away one right of women that has been constitutionally protected for 50 years. It goes from that to 10-year-old rape victims to IVF, and you watch, they're saying it, they're telling you, Justice Thomas said it, they're coming for contraception next. Now, they'll lie, but that's what their activists want to do. And these radical right-wing activists have infiltrated the Alabama Supreme Court. They will infiltrate another court, and you watch Griswold v. Connecticut and the right for women to have contraception. That's coming down the road if this continues, if Donald Trump supporters have their way.